Hello everyone and welcome from Santa Margarita here in Portugal. I'm Manuel and next to me we have David, and we're very happy to join in from the second launch attempt of our Ares rocket PICCARD.
Yes, we have today again beautiful weather. It's blue sky, no clouds at all, and we are looking forward to present PICCARD and also Ares in the next few minutes, and we'll love to share the launch with you very soon.
So what happened today? Again, we arrived very early in the morning here on launch site. We set everything up together with the team, and yes, we had again a flight readiness review, of course, to make sure that our system is ready for lifting off and also touching down safely. We had already a few launches planned, one rocket lifting off today with a successful recovery. However, during flight there were a few malfunctions, maybe from the structural parts, maybe something else. They will definitely investigate it. But other than that, we had a few postponed launches, which is quite unfortunate, but this launch window is very crowded, so a lot of excitement gonna happen, and PICCARD is gonna be the first rocket to launch.
Yes. So right now PICCARD is already on the launch rail, and the filling has started. So talking about filling, you may or may not be familiar with rocket launches. So let's briefly talk about the procedures we have there. So initially the rocket is assembled in the assembly area, then transported out to the launch rail, positioned on the launch rail itself, and then the launch rail is erected. So now the thing you can see right now is the launch rail erected with PICCARD on the launch rail, and you may be able to see a thin line on the right side, which is the filling line, which is connecting the rocket tank to the remote filling station.
Yes, exactly, and this line will be crucial for giving a go for the rocket launch. You will see at some point within the next 30 minutes a small coupling mechanism sliding down through this rope, decoupling the filling station from the tank, and giving the final go from a filling perspective.
Yes, and the filling is currently ongoing. They're checking pressures and working on it. So you may see there is no one around, so it's a remote filling. This is due to safety reasons. No one can be around when tanks are pressurized, and we are proud to having achieved a remotely controlled filling system, which is actually working very good.
So far we have all connections set up. All the systems are talking to each other remotely, and there's all go from the current state. Maybe we can start a little bit about this talking about our second attempt today. So maybe what happened after yesterday and the day before that made us come here today again to this beautiful place. Again, no clouds actually. Before we had some, but they all left for our launch window, which is just amazing. And David, maybe you can tell us a little more on the last 2 days.
Yes, so on Wednesday we had an initial launch attempt. Unfortunately, so the rocket was, as it is now, on the launch rail. It was fueled, everything was tanked, ready to go. Unfortunately, the engine did not ignite, and the launch had to be postponed to today. So the rocket was taken off the rail when it was in a safe state and transported to the assembly area again. And after that, the motor was disassembled and investigated what the issue was. This was resolved, and right now the rocket is back on the launch rail. So yesterday the teams worked on defining the root cause of this not ignition on Wednesday, and right now it's back on the launch pad and ready to go.
So we believe we found the issue on a very certain spot during the procedures, and we hope we could fix it for today's launch. Of course, you can never be sure, but yeah, all of the team did their best to ensure that we are going towards a successful liftoff today. We still have 23 minutes to go until the launch window opens, and maybe we can switch over to the team, what it looks like next to us.
So right next to us there is the remote, or let's say the control area, and the people there are looking over the data which is transmitted back from the fuel station, pressures, temperatures, and also wall positions to ensure everything is working fine.
Yes, you can also see our ground station equipment on the right hand side. Our two trackers, you only see one here in this angle. They will follow the rocket on the flight profile to make sure that the data is received also ready during flight.
Now, when you take a look behind us on the small screen, we can also shortly switch over that you can see a bit more. We have behind us the tribuna, and there you might be able to see the Swiss flag, which we have some fans around, and they are watching this launch live. So the fans, they are other RS members who already launched their rocket on Wednesday.
Yes, and we also, I believe, will have the EPFL rocket team joining here on site, and it's very great to have them back here again after their incredibly successful launch yesterday. So they made a nominal mission, as we like to say, which is just amazing job done. A lot of work put into their rocket Bella Louis 2. So it was a 2 years project where they refined the system, and right on their maiden launch they managed to do everything perfectly fine. Spot on mission. Congratulations to you guys, really amazing job.
Yes, it was very nice to see the launch of Bella Louis, and even today we had some launches. Not all of them were successful, so we had some delays, and one was here is quite special since the rocket's launching to a high altitude. They require airspace clearance above us, so we have airplanes crossing on their way to Lisbon, and since rockets fly up to 9 kilometers, they need to close the air corridor for a certain amount of time. So our launch window, which starts at 5 p.m. local time, so 6 p.m. Swiss time, will only last until 1/4 and we need to be launched by then.
Yes, exactly, and this is where the filling comes in again. We need to have the tanks pressurized until 6 p.m. Swiss time. This will help us get another 15 minutes to confirm all of the other readiness states of the rocket. For example, the recovery system, the avionics, the telemetry, and of course the ignition sequence need to be on point and running nominally so that we can
launch window is opening in 10 minutes.
We just heard the call that the launch window is opening in 10 minutes already.
It's important for the teams to prepare and be prepared to leave the area and retract into the safe area within the next, sorry, not 10 but 20 minutes.
All right, we just heard the correction. It's 20 minutes, so we are somewhat relieved that we still have 20 minutes to go. Perfect. All right, so maybe we can talk a bit about the system. We have a payload on board, else a rocket launch would not make that much sense, so there is an experiment. Manu, can you tell more about the experiment we're flying?
Yes, we have developed together with a spin-off of ETH payload, which is from No Touch Robotics. The name says a little bit already. They are levitating small objects in an ultrasound environment, so that nobody needs to touch them for working on them. For example, this can help in medical devices where no contamination must be getting onto the subject, and it works like this. So we have ultrasound waves that generate the pressure field. The human ear and eye cannot see or hear anything about this pressure field, and certain points are formed where a small, for example, ball, pill or whatever can be levitated in the middle of the payload. And why is this important to fly it on a rocket, you might ask? Of course, we want to always test the systems to the limits, and with a rocket launch we have high accelerations, some unexpected or unknown vibration modes might be coming in, and we of course have a lot of acceleration during the drogue and main parachute deployment, which are very dynamic loads and are very interesting to investigate. So we're very excited to fly this experiment. We'll have camera footage and also acceleration data of our system coming after touchdown.
Thank you very much for the nice explanation here. I'm very much looking forward to see this experiment fly and see the results of this flight afterwards. Now, you may have, during the zoom out suddenly before, you may have seen that there was quite a distance from us to the launch rail. So here they have a safety distance of 610 meters radius around the launch rails, and so we are quite far away from the launch rail, and in a safe distance to operate here.
Yes, we are safe. Currently it's still yellow flag, which means that there's still the allowance for people to go towards the launch rail. It will be, again, another 18 minutes to go until the launch window opens, and we have a few people going there, maybe doing some last-minute checks on their system to make sure their rockets lift off, which we all cross the fingers for. 5 rockets coming up in this next hour. Super exciting. PICCARD again will be the first to launch, so we keep our fingers crossed for this one and for all the others to come. Now,
yes.
David, what's PICCARD's nominal mission?
Well, PICCARD's nominal mission is to lift off successfully from the launch rail. Then we go through the thrust phase, so the engine is lit and it's burning. During this, the hybrid engine we have, so it is fueled by paraffin wax as a grain and nitrous oxide as oxidizer during a combustion. And once this runs out, we will enter the coasting phase. So the coasting phase, it will just continue its trajectory until it's at its apogee, and at apogee there will be a separation of the nose cone and the parachutes are released. Initially there will be a small drogue parachute released, and it will stabilize the descent and make sure that we don't have too much wind drift, since the wind can be quite strong up in the sky. And as soon as we reach 500 meters above ground level, the main parachute will be released, and then we will have hopefully a gentle touchdown.
Yes, indeed. This touchdown is then followed by a few rocket launches, and after them we can go for recovery. We need to drive out there, detect the GPS signal of the rocket, and hopefully find it unharmed on the ground with all the systems still running and all the SD cards still writing.
Yes. So before there was some people running to the launch pad. It was not of ours but from another team. And you may have wondered that we told before that it's we cannot be around the remote filling station, so they have to operate in a good distance from it. And there we have to make sure that no one is around when the really dangerous phase actually starts. We have different flags here on the launch site. On one hand we have a green flag. During the green flag, everyone can walk around on the whole launch area freely. And currently we changed to yellow flag, so only essential personnel can go towards the launch rails. So the flag is just a bit to our left, and we can clearly see it. Maybe we can pan shortly over to the yellow flag and show it to our audience. And in the end, shortly before here we have the yellow flag, and shortly before we will launch the rockets and every person is back in a safe distance, we will change to a red flag, which means no one may leave the area of the safe zone and go near the launch pads.
Yes, and so far these operations went very, very smoothly. All of the launches could launch on time if the rocket was ready, so the airspace was always good to go. The range safety officer always gave the go for flight this day, and I think also in all of the past days. So yes, it's gonna be very soon that we will also reach this state for today's last launch window, and we're very much looking forward to the next few minutes, to the developments. I'm always trying to listen into the radios of the team, but so far unfortunately I could not catch anything, so we don't know the full state of the filling system yet. But
now we just hear a radio call regarding a status
might be
update.
Coming in now.
Attention, attention. This is your
Alright, we
safety
just
officer
heard
speaking.
that
We'll be moving to
tank
red
is at
flag
72
stairs,
bars, which is very
soon.
good.
Right now it's a little bit of a...
Well, there was also an announcement in the background. I was a bit distracted, but he stopped, so we can go on here.
sorry about that. So we will be moving to red flag immediately. Please be ready to move to the spectator area.
All right.
Right now we are a little bit in a stressful situation for many teams as we are running late on many of the preparations. We will try to do the following. At 1700 we will get off PICCARD. Team PICCARD will be launching to 9,000 meters at 1700. Then we'll have during that time the teams that are preparing their rockets remain working, but will leave their tent to the open and be observing the airspace during these minutes. As soon as we're cleared that PICCARD came down safely, they will continue work and move down their rockets to the launch pad. Then at 17:30 we will be preparing to launch Simle, we'll be preparing to launch Assad, and at the latest 17:45 we'll be preparing to launch our last two, which are Team Endeavour and MTNU. Thank you.
Alright, you might have heard that PICCARD will launch at 5 p.m. local time. So that's in the 11 minutes we show in the countdown. Then we have the other teams which are still in launch preparations, and they will launch after us.
Another announcement. Portuguese Army Commander Mustafa Fonseca will be arriving at the launch complex. So I would very much appreciate you being on your best behavior, wearing your masks. Thank you.
Alright, so we will have a high visitor, so the army commander is coming over, so the launch site is actually on a military area, where we have a lot of space for those rocket launches, which might not be possible otherwise.
Exactly. So now looking ahead to the launch rail, we're still in the filling procedure, 10 minutes to go. I don't know the exact status of the mass inside the tank, but the pressure is looking good. We will go up to around 80 bars. We were at 72 a few minutes ago, which is good. We need to get enough liquid phase into the rocket to have the most efficient burning.
Alright, we have to continue process. Okay, so start secondary filling and we let the tanks equalize. So open 0.
Alright, so good sounds hearing from over here, though they say they are continuing with the filling. And yes, I'm looking very much forward to see the rocket launch. Now, yes, we have, we can show some more of the... Yes, you can see here the red flag is being put up. And you can even see now whether the tracking stations we have deployed, so they are right in the image as well. So two of them, so we have a bit of redundancy, and they will they will track the rocket during
And
flight.
again,
And
we kindly request to everyone that is standing next to the food court to go in front of the tribute, please.
all right, so everyone is getting ready for the
Thank you.
launch window. So we are very happy to be launching very soon.
Yes, it's a little bit more than 8 minutes to go, and yeah, we're still looking at everything being prepared in a very ordered manner. No stress on the team side, and yeah, the range safety officer is just here, not the range safety officer, but the launch officer is here asking us for the go or the current status.
All right, so they are asking our team right now whether everything is on schedule, since they have a very tight schedule going on. So there will be 5 rockets launching, right?
Yes, I think it's 5, and as they announced before, it is like gonna be 1 or 2 or 3 right now, and then they will put up the other 2 for the final launches, and we will yeah, be definitely here for the PICCARD launch, and depending on the developments, also following the other ones.
Yes. So we really hope to see PICCARD lifting off in about 7 or 8 minutes. And we changed the bar below to that you can track the developments in flight. So we have had transportation to the launch rail. The filling is still ongoing, and in the end we'll have liftoff. Apogee at the very top. At apogee, then the recovery or the parachutes will be ejected. Then we have touchdown, and in the end, as we already said, the recovery of the rocket.
Yes, and I think there was the last discussions with the launch officer now. Still all the signs looking at go for launch. It's a little bit more windy today, which is yeah, not ideal for rocket launches. You want to have very steady wind conditions, so ideally 0 winds. We can go here officially up to 8 kilometers, which is at 8 meters per second, which is quite a lot, so around 25 kilometers per hour to 30 kilometers per hour. But this will yeah, affect the flight of the rocket, especially right after it leaves the launch rail, right, David?
Yes, there it has not reached its maximum velocity yet, so it may be that it can, depending on the wind, it will lean into the wind due to the fins it has attached at the very bottom. And so we'll lean into the wind, and or it will alter the trajectory if there is too much wind. Now if we change the view again to back of us, here we see the tribuna, the watchtower, as well as a big crowd which has gathered to see the rocket launch in a few minutes.
This is your range safety officer speaking.
We have a transmission from the range safety officer here.
So I'll just go over the safety procedure one more time with you.
He's walking us through the safety procedure, so we will listen carefully.
Yes. So they are very well prepared for all eventualities. On one hand, they have shelter for all the visitors below the tribuna behind us, and then there is also emergency services around, so also firefighters in case there would be a rocket touchdown and which would cause a fire due to a hot engine component or other things. So they are very well prepared for all eventualities here on the launch site.
Yes, exactly. And for us to be also prepared for everything, we will take now a short break until I would say 1 or 2 minutes before the launch window really opens. We will check in very shortly and keep you updated on the developments.
It's a micro rocket launching up to 9,000 kg. We're still having some teams preparing the rockets in the tent, so there will be
All right, we are back from a short break, and we are happy to announce that we are within 2 minutes of the opening of the launch window.
Exactly, and I had the chance to quickly jump over to the ground control, and we saw there that all of the filling is going nominally, at least to plan of today. And yeah, we're very much looking forward to the official go from the from the organizers here. It's only 1 minute and a few seconds to go.
Yes, and we will hear at some point we'll hear the call out from the launch officer that the airspace has been cleared, and once this has happened, there is then the control handed over to the RS team, which will go through the go-no-go criteria by every subsystem. So there will be go-no-go from recovery, telemetry, propulsion, and if everything is go for launch, they will press the button and the rocket will soar into the Portuguese sky.
Exactly, and we're very happy to be here today. We took also the time to improve a little bit our setting. I hope you can hear as well, you can see as well, all of the streaming works perfectly fine. And also I did a little bit of practice during the past days on counting down. I made a small error last time. I'll do my best to manage to count down from 10 this time. And yes, I hope that all the practice pays off in the end.
I'm sure you will manage, Manuel. I hope I don't count wrong this time, but we will see how it goes. All right, we already have already had the T00 and we're in plus time, so we just heard a call out, so that's not a problem. So it was not supposed to launch yet. It's just that the launch window has opened and will remain open until 5:15. At some point the filling station should decouple from the rocket, and this will happen within the next few minutes, so that the rocket is completely detached from the systems.
Yes, so the launch officer just asking for us to count down very loudly, so a little more pressure on us here. But we'll manage today.
Is there a decoupler?
Yes, we see the decoupler.
But it's
Second
not
come here.
decoupled. It's not decoupled yet,
wait
right?
for it. Number 2 from the left. Number 2 from the left.
Sehen die einen Decouple?
Ja, aber der muss zurückfahren. Der ist noch
Ja.
da. All right, so we just heard that there should be the decoupling happening. However, the decoupling did not happen yet. So the launch window would be open, but it was not. The rocket is not decoupled yet. So procedures are still ongoing, and the team will try to decouple the tank.
So rail 4, PICCARD from Switzerland. Rail number 2 from the left. Flying a hybrid rocket, it's to 9 kilometers. Student research.
Alright, so the team is trying to resolve the decoupling challenge, and hopefully will decouple within the next few minutes. Yes, so the decoupling.
Go away from the antenna. Open.
Yes, the decoupling should hopefully happen very soon.
Try once more.
There is no decoupling event yet, but the team is trying to resolve this issue.
Okay, you see, it's not very easy to design these systems, working from almost a kilometer away. But we managed to do it on Wednesday, the decoupling. I think loads of you saw what happened there.
12 minutes remaining
we'll
of
do
the 15-minute launch
everything we
window
can
to
to
9K.
make sure that this
12 minutes
decoupling
remaining.
will happen this time.
Yes, so the decoupling worked perfectly during tests as well as the Wednesday launch window. So speaking of tests, all the systems they run through tests before the launch campaign. So on one hand we test the recovery system in static tests, we tested in drop tests from helicopters or gondolas, but there have been also other tests regarding the avionics, regarding data transmission from far distances, but also the engine itself was tested on a engine test bench. Can you tell us more about the engine test bench, Manuel?
Yes, we have a horizontal engine test stand. It's it's a shipping container actually to be transportable from from anywhere from our workshop basically to a safe test location. We managed to do, I think, more than 10 successful tests in a row, starting from 4 seconds up to 10-second firing, which means the burn time of the engine is in this range, and we could collect a lot of data, improve our safety procedures, and also learn a lot on the system for actually today's launch.
Yes, and most of the times those tests succeed, or if they don't succeed, they have to be resolved, and once again, once the issue is resolved, the testing starts again to ensure that everything is working. Now, the decoupling is a crucial event and should work. I'm not sure about what is causing the anomaly right now.
Yeah, it seems like there's a few discussions on how we can resolve this issue. Team is working hard, finding the ideal way to go forward.
So we have a decoupling that we need to do manually, as the launch control officer is running towards the rail to do it.
Oh, there's somebody running to the rail.
Yes, so we have on one hand we have launch officers, official ones from the European competition, which are professionals also in regarding handling of explosives, etc.
What? Decoupling. Should I pressurize the decoupler?
Wait, there's somebody.
Pressurize the decoupler. Right?
There is someone near it.
Like pneumatic. No, pneumatic. Okay, so please.
All right.
Pressurize them right now. So please close with the media tank. Media tank is closed.
All right.
Did it decouple?
I'm at the rocket now. Stand by. Pressurization also close. You step away for a second.
This with PICCARD is reporting some technical issues. It's being resolved now. We are standing by.
Okay, now we can approach. Now we can approach.
All right. So they released some pressure from the system to be on the safe side, and now the official can go near the rocket since the remote fueling station is depressurized right now.
Okay, we will do that, and once the system is decoupled, we will join back with the audio. Right now, we will have a look on what's going on and also take a short break.
Yes,
Alright, as we have seen, the decoupling has worked and the official is running back from the launch rail. We are very happy that the decoupling worked, and now we are again ready to continue for liftoff.
He's struggling to run back, and we hope to be ready for.
We have a go from Team PICCARD. We have a go from Team PICCARD. Super exciting. You see behind us parts of the engine team, Daedalus, and yeah, looking also with us towards the launch rail, which is right behind the camera. And yeah, we're super happy that this worked out. Great support there from the European rocketry competition.
So, yes, we hear ignition go. Everyone is ready. So we have 4 minutes left, or 3.5 minutes left in the launch window. So everything should be ready.
Okay, maybe one last switch.
RSO is go.
Alright, the range safety officer is go.
Okay.
So maybe our cameraman can zoom out and we can have a large overview of the area during launch.
Super.
Range safety go.
Range safety go.
Yes. Launch. I have control.
All teams
Okay,
go.
PICCARD has control.
Countdown. Remote filling arm. Avionics on.
We're arming the switches.
Avionics on. Step back. Adjust ignition position.
Okay, we have Lars pushing the buttons, ready to push the
Ready for
buttons.
ignition.
We're ready for ignition.
9,
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition!
Oh, we have an ignition!
Yes! Come on! And it has left the launch rail perfectly straight into the sky. That was a beautiful launch of PICCARD into the Portuguese sky, and we are happy to announce that we have
5,500 feet,
6,000,
6,000 feet still ascending,
6,200,
6,200,
6,400.
still flying up, looking for the parachute to come out. First event is separation.
Stroke is out.
Stroke is
Stroke
out.
deployment
Stroke
confirmed. So we have reached apogee. The rocket is descending on its stroke parachute. It's very small and hard to see.
Telemetry.
And they report active telemetry from the rocket.
Altitude. 5,300.
We're at 5,300 feet.
5,300 meters at altitude.
5,300 meters.
We have Turing in the back, I cannot see much.
There it is, I can see it in the sky.
there
We
it
have a deployment of a parachute. It's beautiful. It's very hard to see on the camera. Now that was amazing to see, and
Wow.
I really hope that also the second event will be very great, but I'm very confident that this will happen. Telemetry is still running, everything is go, and the tracking station is actively working on it.
Let's switch over to the team, to the ground station team. They're still following the rocket.
Yes, the ground station team is following the rocket. You can see the tracking device is extended up into the sky where the rocket is. And everything is on the growth parachute, no danger confirmed by the range safety. So the team is pointing to the sky, the tractor is pointing to the sky, and we are happy to announce that it is descending on the drone.
We're quite above the mountain still, so no far drift so at the moment, but there is a few winds catching up now.
Yes.
It's a little bit further for
Yes, and we're not sure if the camera can yet catch it since it's very high up in the sky. But once we are in a more near state, we will again catch the rocket on camera.
We need some attention. Do we have telemetry from the system or not? We do not have telemetry right now.
Okay. So the system is still up in the sky.
Yes, so they have tracking and they're not receiving all packages from telemetry, but that can happen from time to time. But the descent right now is very straight up from the launch rail, so the drift should currently not be too much, depending on whether there are stronger winds in the lower regions. But we are very happy that it's coming down on the drogue parachute.
Yes, it seems to be the drogue parachute. From here, we cannot say it for sure, but it looks safe. And coming down, we see, if looking closely, we see two parts of the rocket, I believe, which is good, which is very good. And yes, now we're waiting for touchdown. And yeah, I think we had definitely a nominal liftoff, which is a huge success. First hybrid rocket engine flight for Aris.
Yes, we are very happy about that, and it's great to see the engine performing as planned.
Yeah, just an amazing job by the team. Yeah, super proud of them, and I'm sure that they will be relieved at some point. Not right now. They're still following the rocket with great excitement, and yeah, looking into where it's heading to right now.
It's very slowly descending, so I'm not sure actually if that's the joke, but
could be a little bit a bigger parachute. It's hard to say from here. It looks small.
Yeah, the parachute looks small, but the descent velocity is very low. So at least we have a parachute. It may be the main parachute right now. It should have opened, if it is the main parachute, it should have opened at a later point of view.
Yeah,
but
around 400 meters above ground, and here we are.
Yes, but the team is tracking with binoculars to confirm which of the parachutes was deployed. But anyways, a parachute was deployed, so that's a big plus.
That's great, especially in recovering the system and seeing the data. So even if it was not a nominal opening of the parachutes, we still will know what happened at each point during flight, which is the most important thing. This is again the first Aris rocket that flew on a hybrid engine, which is yeah, just impressive. First attempt or second attempt, first testing week, and we managed to lift this off. This is just incredible. We had around 70 people working on this rocket for over a year now, and everyone was working super hard, pulling together during the studies, during exam phase, during the summer break, every time throughout the year, and now towards this competition. And we see the rocket coming down. I think we heard we have telemetry still, which is good, and yeah, we're still waiting patiently for it to arrive here at the grounds of Santa Margarita, where we had our first hybrid rocket launch.
Yes, and we just saw the flag was changed to yellow flag again, since the parachute is descending very slowly and at some distance downrange. So it is again possible for the other teams to work on the area, and they're already running towards the launch area to work on the rocket again. Yes, so we can also switch again to Manuel and myself, and currently the teams are loading the new rockets on the launch rail. We will wait for the rocket to descend, which still may take some time since it's quite far up in the air. It's coming down slowly but steadily. Yes.
That's just amazing. I don't even know what to say.
Yes, I'm also a bit lost of words.
You can see the people behind us yeah, cheering a little bit, still waiting for the rocket to come down for a safe touchdown, but yeah, it is a great moment.
Yes,
yeah,
and the propulsion system worked perfectly. Couldn't have been a better thrust phase. And we see over here the team is cheering right now. They're huddling up and giving big hugs. Everyone is very happy. So I think for the time being, we will quickly go celebrate with them and reconvene in about 10 to 15 minutes to see the other rocket launches.
Yes, and we try to get also some impressions of the team. Maybe one or the other member can say a few words on how they feel. We will do our best to get them here and to share the excitement. It's a great day, great achievement. We're super proud and we'll be back in a few minutes.
Yes, see you around.
No, we lost.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Amazing emotions.
Yes. That
Crazy
was,
day.
That was crazy, and we just received feedback.
Yeah,
that
let's span a little bit the
Alright.
Spannungsboden. So, we just talked to the team. We lost telemetry at some point, which is okay, I guess. It's quite far off the rocket. We're not perfect yet, but we saw it coming down on the parachute, which is great. So we will have something to recover. And now for the height, the most important part. So maybe we start telling the story of the day.
Yes.
We held it back a little bit before. You maybe saw that we were a little bit struggling with finding the right words because we had a few
challenges,
unexpected
throughout
events throughout today, and especially towards this launch.
Yes.
But
I mean, it started on with
Yes.
the delivery of the rocket itself, or not the rocket. The rocket was here on time, but it was very challenging to get the nitrous oxide, which is filled into the tank as the oxidizer during combustion. So this oxidizer was stuck in customs, and we could only get it out just on Wednesday morning. So 2 people rushed to Lisbon to pick it up, and we had also we tried to have everything ready on the launch rail on time. So in the end, the team managed to be on time on Wednesday perfectly for 5 p.m. The igniter did not light the engine. The launch was delayed, and so here we are again today.
Yes, and today again we got up very early. Luckily we had the gas already here, so we were managing a little bit of more time to have for the assembly. Everything went perfectly smoothly until we heard from the filling station that there was some issue with one of the couplers. Like you can imagine, a filling station, it's built up with a lot of gas bottles connected to each other to reach the right pressure. So each of these connections needs to be airtight, like under 80 bars, which is a crazy amount of pressure. And these connections undergo before each launch, before each test, and a pressure test, which we did right after 11 o'clock when the first launch window closed.
Yes, and it's mainly to detect leakages, right? So we cannot have leakages during filling, because else we lose pressure and cannot fill the tank accordingly to the launch plan.
Exactly. So we did this leakage test, and we got the message that one of these connections was faulty. So we tried to find out where the error lies, try to identify the part, and we found a thread that is not connected perfectly and could not be screwed together like tightly enough. So we tried our best to find around here the next hardware store which has the valves ready. We had Team Euler jumping in, driving through all of Portugal almost to find this valve, and we had a lot of phone calls, but in the end we did not manage to find the valves.
Yes, and in theory it was planned to fill 20 kilogram of nitrous oxide into, no, 25 kilogram of nitrous oxide into the tank of the rocket. But due to the missing second tank and the missing pressure from it, we could not reach this goal of 25 kilograms. So it was only, I believe, 20 kilogram, right, Manuel?
So right before launch, 10 minutes before launch, our system engineers, together with the project managers, decided to go for a maiden launch profile, what we call. This is the launch in Switzerland. So we wanted to only fill 14 kilograms or more into the rocket with just one tank, which would have led us to around 1.6, 1.7 kilometers in height, which would be still a great success.
Indeed.
But it's not the thing what we came here for. This was a tough message for everyone right before the launch. But right now, we just followed the procedures. We did our best to make this launch happen anyways. The team pulled together and we had a very nice liftoff. So what was the actual apogee we reached?
I'm not sure if it was apogee, but we heard that the telemetry cut out at 6.5 kilometers.
That's exactly what we wanted to reach, to be honest, with 25% more gas inside the tanks, so just incredible. More than 6 kilometers, the highest Aris launch ever.
Yes.
Great success, just amazing. Everyone is overwhelmed with the current data we got. Now we're looking ahead to the recovery.
Yes.
As it was that high, of course it took way longer to come down. So this was also where we were a little bit confused why it wasn't going down quicker, but it's just that it was so high up.
Who's controlling the tracking of the...
So they're trying to track the parachutes. Since it's drifting quite a lot, the ground winds are stronger than the high winds. So at the beginning it came down very straight, and now it drifted quite a distance away, and my mask is trying to drift away as well. Yes, so they try to find the rocket, and it may have drifted quite a far distance. We also just heard the call out from the mission control of Aris over here that the remote filling station has been pressure released and everything is in a safe state. So that's very nice. Also very good for the other teams to be working, and they can again approach this region of the launch area without any safety concerns.
Yes, and I think we have the next launches coming up very soon, which still leaves us the question, where is our rockets? The team is trying to triangulate right now with the GPS data we should be receiving, and also the visual line of sight where it came down. And we have red flag again, so we definitely won't go out right now, but after this launch window closes, we will directly head out to the kind of deserty area here and try to find the touchdown area of the rocket and hopefully recover all of the parts in one piece still.
Indeed. So it seemed that there were multiple pieces on the parachute system. So that's a good sign, since we eject the nose cone and we also have the main body, which are connected through lines. So we will see where we can find those systems after touchdown. But since they may have drifted quite far a distance, it could be challenging to find them today. Maybe there will be also recovery operations happening tomorrow.
Yes, that's a normal case, especially for the last launch windows. It can be pushed back to tomorrow morning. We can be here again at 8 a.m. and then we have enough time before the first launch window to recover the rocket.
Yes. So we have red flag again, so only necessary personnel can be in front here, and the visitors have to go back to the visiting stands behind us, so they cannot be on the tribuna anymore but need to be on the ground. And if we have, we still have some time, so we can also transmit the other launches.
Which rail is next?
We need to figure out which rail is next.
5. So the next launch will be on the far left rail. I believe it's right next to the small container out there.
And before we jump into that, we want to wrap up the PICCARD launch. So maybe walk us through the ascent phase once more. What happened right before we pushed the button?
So
we had after we pushed the button, we had a very nice ignition of the engine and also a very nice boost, I would say. The rocket soared very straight into the sky, and I was astonished on how fast it was and how pretty it was. So I'm more than happy that it was launching as we wanted. So it was a nominal launch, right?
Yes, we took off. We had a burn time of probably around 5 to 10 seconds, and we then started the coasting phase. I had telemetry almost all the time until 6.1 or 6.5 kilometers in the air, which is an incredible height. And then we got the confirmation first from the people behind us by cheering. They showed that the parachute is out there. Afterwards we managed to also see it, and the rocket came down quite slowly, but in a safe state, which is very, very important. And yeah, now next step is recovery. We're looking forward to that. So again, I want to take this last phase of the launch of PICCARD to congratulate the whole team. We said it before, it's 70 people working hard. They're putting hours and hours, night shifts and night shifts into this date, even pulling together after a scrapped launch on Wednesday, which is just incredible. We sat together last evening, had a little bit of pasta. Everyone was super hyped for today's launch, but also very, very calm and focused towards getting the system ready.
Yes, and today, throughout the day, the team was very calm, very focused on their mission, very precise in what they did, and it was great, since Wednesday was somewhat like a rehearsal for the whole thing, and today it was orchestrated very well. So I'm very proud of the team that they pulled together and that rocket lifted off. So we just hear the call that there is 2 minutes until the next launch.
No, 2 minutes until the descent is complete. We have 8 minutes until the next launch.
Oh, we have 2 minutes until descent complete, so that's cool to hear, and probably we'll be able to triangulate the rocket and recover it successfully, even maybe today.
That's great news. Thanks, Simon, for jumping in, and yeah, congratulations to Xeno, our project manager of Project PICCARD, to Aaron, project manager of Project Daedalus, who built the engine for the PICCARD rocket, and of course the system engineers Bryn and Hugo, who were working very hard on getting this airframe ready to launch.
Yes, and I mean, it's not only the team who supported us or built the rocket and everyone supported each other, but it's also our partners and sponsors from industry and academia, and we would like to thank every one of them from the bottom of our heart. Without all of them, it would not have been possible to pull such a large project off and have a successful launch here in Portugal at the EUROC.
Yes, it's incredible. We're very much valuing your support, and especially on handling everything very safely. This gives us the confidence that we can do things like rocket launches in a very protected environment with a very efficient, safe and accurate system. So starting to thank our academic partners first. We're founded at ETH, and ETH Zurich is still supporting us greatly. Thank you very much for this opportunity and for giving the trust into our students to lift off this rocket. Also, the Hochschule in Lucerne, partner since the beginning, helping us with all of the insights they have, and always excited students to join the teams. Additionally, we also have the Zürcher Hochschule für angewandte Wissenschaften as part of our friends network, supporting us greatly with a lot of insights in the technical side, but also the management side of these huge projects. Furthermore, we collaborate with the Fachhochschule Ost, who are also sending us excited students. We can do a lot of crazy projects together with them, working on separation mechanisms for future payload ejections and many more things. And finally, we want to also thank the University of Zurich for their support, especially the Space Up, for the outreach activities and the collaboration on this side. So we're very thankful for the academic partners, but it would also not be possible without our industry partners.
Yes, so since the founding of AURIS, we have been working together with EUROC Space on they have given us great insights in design practices on how to build and manufacture components. And also Maxon helped out very much throughout the years, and now even with the hybrid rocket engine, we have also Swagelock, which was a great help regarding the plumbing of the systems. And last but not least, we have also very generous support from the Werner Steiger Stiftung every year.
Yes, exactly. Now looking ahead, we will of course update you on social media on all of the proceedings from PICCARD, also from Euler, and all the insights. We will keep you updated, and we will also have a very, very special entry on the Swiss national television on December 2nd in an Einstein episode. So if you want to follow this launch again, tune into SRF on December 2nd. You will see the journey of PICCARD towards their 6.1, at least 6.1 kilometer launch. There again with a lot of really on-site and really emotional footage also from the team, going through ups and downs throughout the week, and now having this very successful ending to the story.
Yes, very well summarized, Manu, and I'm still in awe of this launch.
So the last data point is around 6 kilometers southeast at around 600 meters, so it's looking good.
Well, that sounds like we will have a recovery.
That's amazing.
Definitely.
Thanks for this great camera work, Simon, and thanks for the great support throughout the week. I think you helped the team a lot in
Yes.
getting everything ready, and in also seeing the coupler decoupling at some point. And
that was an amazing feeling. Very tense. We had very few minutes left, and the amazing expert at on site managed to do it manually. And of course, also I want to say, you're welcome. It's an amazing team. Ours is really amazing, and it's an honor to be part of it.
3 minutes.
I'm not sure if I tracked it very well, because this rocket I think was one of the fastest ones yet, like by far.
Indeed, it was very fast, and we even hear now the call out that we have 2 minutes to go.
So right here, Lars, we're live. Welcome, Lars. We have the person who pushed the button for launch. How do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, it was amazing seeing all of this work of 1 year finally flying, and it was so amazing just pushing a button and on the other hand a huge flame and huge sound. So yeah, I'm really glad that we be here and got here through the troubles, and yeah, just relieved.
Great job. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Congratulations. Huge congratulations.
Yes.
Elio,
Tell me.
you're part of the tracking team, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Tell us more about the telemetry data we received throughout the launch.
So unfortunately, on the way back, we will probably have limited amount of data because we might have lost our avionics stack. But on the way up, we were able to have a constant signal all the way until apogee and a bit down. That's why we know we went to 6,100, which is really great. And trackers perform like they should, so tracking the rocket. We're very happy about that, and obviously that's a huge heritage for future teams of ours.
Thank you so much, Elio. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Great job. Great job.
Great job for you guys, thanks.
Thank you. Well, I mean, that's nice to hear. 6,100 meters, the highest launch in RS history. Amazing. All right. The Swiss flag is still flying back behind us, so that's nice to see. I'm happy to see that. And I believe we are shortly prior to another launch here on site. So we will try to switch back to the other window if I find it.
Mission control reporting launch window is open. We are now at 17:45.
All right, so we heard the launch window is open.
Yes, 17:45 here in Portugal. Yeah, we have the next team launching, Propulse NTU from Norway, NTNU from Norway. They had a first attempt already earlier today, but they will go for a next attempt. They are flying a commercial off-the-shelf motor to also a similar height as we aim for with Euler, so around 4 to 8 kilometers, I believe.
Yes, yes. And it's the launch trail in the center there, I believe. So we'll see, hopefully, a beautiful liftoff. If you zoom a little out, can you still zoom a little out, Simon? Yes, great. So we will be able to see the rocket launch in its perfect beauty. It's the Norway team launching, right, Manuel?
Yes, it looks like it, at least from the people holding their phones. Maybe we can have a sneak peek to the ground.
Yes, so they're looking over to the... So everyone has their phone out to film it. And we are going 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition. Yes! And we have again very nice boost straight up in the air. That's amazing to see. Look at that. That was a perfect launch again. And that's an amazing feat. You can see them over here cheering as well. So they're very happy. Yes, it might be quite loud. I hope. All right, the rocket is at 30,000 feet.
I can see it. It's up there.
Yes, it's very tiny. I can see it, and it's arching over.
Yeah.
We have apogee.
Looks like it. There's a small smoke part after it. 32,000 feet.
32,000 feet. That's an amazing achievement. And I believe I see a small drogue parachute, if I'm not mistaken.
Could be. I don't see much.
It's a very small thing. I believe it's a drogue.
Could.
It's on drogue.
Yeah,
it's on drogue.
It's on the drogue.
I believe it's on drogue.
It could be.
Up there.
Yes.
It's up.
It's on drogue.
Drogue shoot. We hear the call drogue shoot?
Yes, really call out drogue shoot. That's a very good sign. Drogue shoot out. Very nice. Congratulations for them. Yes!
Amazing. Good day for rocket launching.
Yes, today is a good day for launches.
Show your lucky
Hard to see now, but it's up there.
Let's go over to the team again. You will see the events by their reactions. I'm betting it's cheering.
Yes, so they're pointing up into the sky, and that's as it's usually done to be able to track the rocket. Since if it's so far up in the sky, it may be hard to track for others. So if you can look at where others are pointing, you can spot it as well. And we see a few people pointing there, so that's a very good sign. That means that the rocket is still visible.
I lost the sight.
I
1,200 meters.
took a look at the. Alright, I took a look at the screen and lost it as well, so I tried to find it again. But it must be somewhere in the sky.
It must be somewhere in the sky. That's a very nice word. Thank you so much.
Somewhere.
Indeed.
Yes, they should be able to do it.
Telemetry and mission control is reporting a very slow, steady descent rate, roughly 12 feet per second. The main parachute might be out. Main parachute might be out.
Main parachute might be out. We just heard the call.
Well, if the main parachute is out so far up, it will drift even further than PICCARD, I believe. But we will see. Alright, we can switch back to Manuel and myself.
Hello.
Hello everyone. So the sun is getting quite low here in Ponte. No, it's not in Ponte de Sor. That's where the event is actually happening. Here we are like half an hour to the north of Ponte de Sor, right? And it's getting late-ish, and we have the sun is descending. Well, great. Thank you, Simon. Simon just moved the umbrella, so we are in the shade again, and you will have a very nice stream. Yes. That's the man.
He's the man.
Tell the story about your lucky socks.
Oh yes, my lucky socks.
Show them.
Show them. They want to see.
Yes, of course they want to see. Look, I have my lucky socks on, and they have rockets on them. That's like. I wear them mostly on occasions like this. So that's the rocket socks for good rocket launches.
Yes. And I hope you can wash them in between, as there's so many launches coming up.
Well, it might be challenging to wash them for the next launch, but I can wash them for the next launch day.
That's a very ambitious goal here. Let's see what happens there. All right, so I think we will also take a short break before the next launch.
Indeed.
And yeah, we're looking forward to still following the last, I think 3 launches are still planned. Let's see how many we can get out there in the next couple of minutes. But yeah, we're very positive. This launch window was the most successful of the day, and we're happy to be in there with a quite successful launch as well.
Yes, and for this time we just switch back to the main view, and you will be able to follow the events ongoing downrange, and we will reconvene in a few minutes.
See you soon.
See you soon. Bye bye. All right.
Okay.
We have a very important member of PICCARD here.
A special member. Hey Bryn, how are you doing?
Hey guys, how you doing? I'm exhausted, but I mean, seeing the smiles on the team's faces is pretty sweet. Surreal, but pretty sweet.
Amazing job. How did the last seconds feel before the launch?
I mean, the last 20 seconds felt very composed. I mean, this is something we'd rehearsed many times. So once we got to the point of having the filling line decoupled, then we were just going through the motions. But the last few minutes before that were stressful. I mean, I don't know how much of it you got on the stream, but when we had the decoupler fail to decouple, in principle that was launch over. To have the organisers assist us like that is surprising, and I think we owe the man down there quite a lot of beer.
And yeah, also I mean, the whole team made this happen, right? The guy down there, he did the last thing, but I mean, we as a team.
Yeah, and this is why I'm happy like that. I mean, you could hear the screams of excitement from the team. Like this is particularly after the disappointment of Wednesday, which the team dealt with very well and turned it into motivation for today. But to see them happy now means a lot.
That's really great. That's amazing. So yeah, as a system engineer, how did you feel like after the rocket left the launch range?
Oh, I mean, for the first 10 seconds, it was awesome. I mean, to see, particularly when the engine wasn't fueled quite to the extent that it should have been. So we were aiming for 25 kilos of oxidizer, and we only got to 19 because we'd had problems with our filling system. To see it perform like that, and to hear Lars reading out the telemetry data and hear that we got to about 6.5 kilometers altitude was just incredible. To see then with the recovery, I mean, again, I don't know how much you got on the stream. Seeing the tank fall from the sky like that was surprising, and there'll be some conversations now, but I mean, everyone's happy.
Everyone's happy.
Everyone's happy, and we pulled it off.
We're taking the group picture. So
okay, so we're taking a group picture now. Oh yes,
with EPFL together.
With the EPFL rocket team. So we will be right back with Xeno, Aaron, and Bryn again. All right.
thanks, guys.
Super.
All right.
Cool.
See you in a few minutes.
Hey, we're back. We just went for a quick group picture with the EPFL rocket team and Aris, Team PICCARD and Euler. We were around 70 Swiss people or people from Switzerland. We're studying in Switzerland there, and we just made an amazing picture. You will most likely gonna see it very soon online, as it's a very cool thing that we could participate here together as two Swiss teams and achieve many things. On our side we have Zeno, the project manager of Project PICCARD. How do you feel?
At first I couldn't explain really my feelings. We had on Wednesday a really interesting experience. We had a lot of troubles during preparations, but we were already ready at 5 p.m. to launch. We thought everything was fine, but unfortunately we weren't able to ignite the rocket. But today we knew as a team we would make it. I cannot really explain it right now, but you can see in everybody's faces it's kind of a relief. We tried to launch this rocket earlier in the year, tried to launch it in Switzerland. This unfortunately didn't turn out well, but today it's a really great experience to be here, to finish up this project on such a high note with everybody witnessing here and at home this rocket launch, the first hybrid rocket launch of Aris. So it goes back to tell, right, where all people knew where we are heading. We knew we want to build a hybrid rocket engine, and this team this year was able to do this. So it's really amazing, and without all the experiences of previous projects, we wouldn't be here today.
Great job, Zeno. Congratulations to you, and of course also to the whole team. It's just impressive. 3 years of work put into this rocket overall with the hybrid rocket engine development, and you guys brought it to lift off, even though it was not a perfectly straight line to get here. It was a lot of circumstances pulling together, to us pushing back the launch rail, to you guys pulling together still over the last 2 days, finding out the issues, finding out the malfunctions that were connected to the first mishap, but now you brought the rocket out. What do you think? What's the next steps today?
Today. At first we want to find the rocket. Unfortunately we do not know really now where it is. We have now disarmed the whole filling station. We are ready now to go further. Of course we will celebrate tonight this huge achievement, and I think we will all have to think back, let everything sink in, and I think we will for sure recover the whole thing and then bring it home to Switzerland and show everyone how PICCARD looks like now.
That's just incredible. I'm super happy for you guys. It's just an astonishing thing you built here, you launched here today, and I wish you all the best on finding the rocket. Like, that's the big priority now. We should have some points of location. I hope it's not too far off, but it's going to be exciting to find the parts, to see the flight hardware, first hybrid rocket of Aris coming back into our
Yes. And I must say, I'm looking very much forward to the recovery operations, and I believe we will hopefully find them all and bring it back and share it on a display.
Congratulations again, Zeno. Enjoy the evening. Enjoy the evening.
Yes.
Great job.
Congratulations. Perfect. I believe that sums up the launch day today. The launch operations have stopped. The launch window is closed at 6 p.m. local time, and the range will be closed for today. The packing of the systems will continue now, and we will drive back to Ponte de Sor.
We will drive back to Ponte de Sor, and I'm just looking for one more member we should ask.
Yes.
And it's Aaron.
Should I go find Aaron? Or
I think he should be around. I'm not sure if he's too busy, but it would be great to have some insights. But also I see Dario here. You were the first one to tune in. How are you feeling?
Yeah, hi everybody. Great to be back here after 2 days. This was a time with a big smile on my face. Fantastic flight. Great to see it fly, especially with this speed. It was so fantastic to see it. And also, what was even better was the emotions of all the team members after the launch. Everybody was so happy, and also I saw tears, and yeah, it was just fantastic. And I think it's a big reward after 1 year of hard work, and yeah, we are really happy and looking forward to the next teams. Also, ours launching their next rockets, and also yeah, getting all these kinds of emotions.
Amazing thing you pulled off here today.
Yeah.
It's really incredible to see. Congratulations also to
Thank you.
We had it in the last stream. Dario was one of the crew members who brought the nitrous oxide here last minute, who managed to get everything, all the final parts to the launch rail, and thanks to him and all of the rest of the team, of course.
The whole team.
We had an amazing flight today. Yeah, as we heard, there might be some things to investigate still, but it's a first step. It was the first rocket, and again, huge congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Yes, congratulations. So,
He'll be there in a second.
our run should be around. Perfect. So we will just stick around a few more minutes.
What was the firing time, Alex?
Yes, there's no sunset yet, but it's getting very low, the sun. And
Am I in lead? Is that correct?
yes, here we have Aaron.
Hey friends.
Hello, how are you feeling?
Very good. Exhausted. Today was crazy. Very, very crazy. But seeing the rocket fly, I mean, I haven't felt anything like that.
As a project manager of the first flying hybrid rocket engine at Aris, what's the impressions you made after liftoff?
I mean, it was just a lot of pressure falling off of me. I didn't have myself under control, I don't think. I'm very interested to see the footage of me dancing and shouting. I mean, yeah, Adi was next to me, and it was just incredible.
Huge congratulations. Can you tell us a little bit more about the journey of today? How did we get to where we ended up?
I mean, today started very calmly. We thought we had everything under control, but then we found some faulty fluid supply parts that we needed to remanufacture ourselves. This was very, very stressful because, of course, you never know if it really works before implementing it, testing it. So it was, until the very end, very, very tight. We needed to go with only one bottle of nitrous oxide, the oxidizer, before launch. And this was again very stressful because, of course, the launch window in the afternoon that costs us a lot of time.
It was the last shot, right?
It was the last shot. I mean, we came as close as it gets. And this is, I mean, a lot of people say that, but it was like so close. 5 minutes before, like it was 5:15, I didn't think we would launch.
Yeah, we had the number here. It was 3 minutes 30 out before we pushed the button.
Yes, and even we wouldn't have another bottle of nitrous oxide to use, right? Or we would have had one, right?
We would have. We have actually plenty of nitrous oxide here.
All right.
But exchanging would never have been possible today. So I mean, just because of time reasons, we could never have launched.
Amazing, incredible. And now what's the next steps? What's happening today?
I mean, I think it's very important now that we can focus up, do some work. There's a lot of expected stuff from us tonight, taking down the remote filling station and so on. So let's focus on that first, and afterwards, of course, we go party.
We go party. That sounds like an amazing evening. Congratulations again.
Yes. Thank you guys for doing the stream. It's very, very cool, very professional. And also, thanks for coming to Portugal. This is really cool. I love to be here.
It was amazing.
Thanks for having us. We enjoyed every single minute here. We're looking forward to the party as well.
Okay, very good, very good. I like that.
See you later tonight.
I will go work. You guys keep working. See you soon.
See you soon. Bye, Aaron. Thank you.
So, our project manager of Team Daedalus, They pulled together also the whole year to develop the hybrid rocket engine we flew today. So yes, on that note, I would say we start wrapping up this week.
Indeed. So I would wrap it up today and say we had successful launch of PICCARD, successful liftoff, successful boost, and hopefully we will recover the rocket. There have been other very nice rocket launches today, so I would say it's an amazing day for student rocketry here in Europe, and I'm looking forward to all the endeavors of Aris and all the other teams.
Yes, very nicely said, David. Yeah, there's nothing more to add from my side. Many thanks for joining in. It was a real pleasure coming from Portugal to Switzerland and anywhere where you've been watching. Thanks for supporting, and yeah, we're looking forward to the next big steps, next launches, next developments at Aris in the space field of students and also enterprise. Simon, anything else to add from your side?
Yeah, so the current team is 23 kilometers downwind, so that's really interesting. Otherwise, have an awesome day. Nothing else to add.
Thanks for this information. So the Norwegian guys will have to drive through Portugal to get the rockets. Super exciting journey. I hope they will manage to find it, but I'm very confident that they'll do their best and hopefully recover the rockets in the next hours or days.
Yes. On this note, I think we can close this live stream and wish you a very nice evening. It was a pleasure to host you today, and I hope you enjoyed the rocket launches, and we're happy to be around for another time.
Yes, have a great evening. We will celebrate now the success and then start focusing on the next big challenges in Aris and Switzerland.
Perfect. Have a nice evening and see you around.